dismissed every accomplishment I've made. You've talked about my father. Well, you call me an entitled millennial, I call you a carny succubus, because the dirty secret about you, the dirty secret is you need this generation more than it needs you.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe. And we're talking about Monday Night Raw, May 12, 2025. Michael's on commentary for the first 20 minutes, and then Pat McAfee comes out. So we have Pat and Cole at the KFC Center. Yum, yum, yum. And we started off with a little tastiness here. Mr. CM Punk, the man's on the mission. He comes out, tells everyone he's angry, he's pissed off. He's mostly pissed off at himself because he trusted Paul. This is the first time, shame on him, and now shame on me. And, you know, it is his hatred for Seth and Seth's hatred for CM Punk. All this was going down. Paul Heyman comes out to interrupt Punk, and Punk's like, come down here. I dare you, you fat little snake. He calls him the Penguin, too. And Seth comes out with Braun Breaker. Seth says his things because, you know, it's Seth. And he's like, yeah, I don't like you. I'll never like you. But sometimes you just need a lesson to be taught here. And he tells Braun to go do the job. And CM Punk's like, come here, little doggy. Come on, little doggy. We'll fight right now. And this is the way we start off the show. Braun Breaker, then began the fight. And here comes Sammy. Here comes Jay. All holding them off and everything like that. I was like, all right, who is the third guy? But they do announce that it's going to be Seth and Punk versus Braun Breaker and Seth. So I was like, ooh, at Saturday Night Main Event, May 24th. Then we have Money in the Bank, June 7th. So we got a lot to build up to. Yes, and that's the way we started the show. And I'm like, all right, that was good. Let's see what else we got here. We got Penta versus Chid. Good old Chid, you know. And I will say, I don't know how long this shtick is going to go about El Grande Americano. I think it's funny. I think it's unique in its own way. But, man, I was getting so tired of Cole being like, that's Chad. And then Pat, no, that's not. That's not. El Grande Americano's in Mexico. You know, I was like, I get it. I get the joke. It's just repetitive, and it gets really annoying at some certain point. But Penta had a great match, and Penta beat Chad, beat him good, and this was a good match. Then we got Julia and Roxanne promo. This was for their main event tonight because they're going against Io and Rhea. Then we have a Cena and Randy package. Really enjoyed that Cena and Randy match. I really did. I went back and rewatched it. I enjoyed the finish and everything like that. Now it's like, who's next? Who's next on this list? We still need AJ Styles, still need CM Punk. Will The Rock get a shot at John Cena? So there's so many things that we can build up to, but we only have half a year, or a little over half a year, and half the year is going to go by quick. Then I want Cody to come back and beat Cena. The Judgment Day are in the club, hanging out. You know, Finn, Dom's like, yo, Finn, like, what happened, man? You almost help me, bro. And Finn's like, it's okay. I'm going to take care of the AJ Styles problem. Don't you worry about it. You know, we're all good. Liv is off shooting a movie. Dom tells him, like, well, I don't get it. It's daytime there and it's nighttime here. Then they try to give him a little lesson. Like, here's the sun, here's Earth, and here we are. And this is how it works, Dom. Silly goose. We get a Gunther package because Cole's like, we got to see what happened. And that was a crazy match. That match I did not expect to like as much as I thought I would, especially when you involve Michael Cole in it. You know, to help his buddy beat Gunther. But Pat's like, yeah, because my chest is all red. I busted vessel in my eye because I was in a fight and I got my ass kicked. We come into the New Day. They get on commentary before our match with American Made and the War Raiders. Before we get this match, we have Sammy and Punk backstage. Sammy's talking to Punk. Punk's like, hey, man, you know, it's nothing against you. I know we got Saturday Night Main Event, but it's kind of hard for me to trust people now at the moment, especially what happened with Paul Heyman at WrestleMania. And Sammy's like, yo, I got your back. You had our back at War Games. I'm going to have your back here. And Punk's like, all right. Then we go into American Made versus War Raiders. The New Day on commentary just needs to be an all-day thing. I love it, man. These guys are great, arguing back and forth with Michael Cole and Pat. But American Made and War Raiders put on one hell of a tag team match. I enjoyed it very much. American Made got the win with the help from the New Day because the New Day doesn't want the War Raiders. They'd rather face American Made, but this does not work in their favor, as we talk about it later on. We get Seth, Braun, Paul backstage. Feels very Romanesque. You know, there's the chair. Paul's in the back just looking at Braun and Seth and his big eyes. But Seth says, hey, Braun, before I go, before you leave, I need you to do me a favor. And he whispers in Braun's ear, and Paul's like, ooh, watch the architect here do his work. So Braun Breaker has his marching orders that he will do for Seth later on. Then we get Adam with Jay. You know, Jey Uso, he's going to face Logan Paul as Saturday Night Main Event. Yeah, that's cool. We got the McAfee Minute where Pat McAfee just goes off and just shows nothing but love for the crowd, and now it's officially called the McAfee Minute. Then we get Kathy with A-Town Down Under. What was funny about this is I was enjoying this interview, but, you know, the little tension between these two, they're hinting at they're going to break up soon, something's going to happen, but they really just cut them off. They go right to Jey Uso. But Jey Uso comes out, you know, yeeting. Everyone's yeeting. Yeet, yeet, yeet. I'm yeeting. Then we demand an encore, and Jey Uso gives us that encore. So Jay says he'll take on Logan Paul. Then Gunther comes out, and he tells him, like, hey, I don't see you as a champion, buddy. This is why I talked to Adam, and whoever wins between you and Logan Paul at Saturday Night Main Event, June 9th, I will face either of you and get back my championship. And I was like, that's interesting, because Money in the Bank is June 7th. So 2 days after, the Raw after, Gunther's getting a title shot. What does that mean? Does that mean the title will change hands that night? But Jay delivers. He's like, hey, man, I am the champion. Gunther, you tapped out to me, bruh. So he sends Gunther pack in, but now Jay has two threats to worry about. Logan Paul and Gunther. Got an EO promo. And, of course, R.I.P. Sabu. Much love to Sabu and his family. He's still sad. Then we have Adam with the War Raiders and the New Day. They're arguing like they want the New Day now. Adam's like, no, wait, hold on. And then here comes Xavier saying they're lice-infested beards. But Adam tells him, like, you know what? To the New Day, you have stirred the pot so much that this is what I'm going to do. It's going to be the War Raiders versus the New Day versus American Made for the championships. And the New Day's like, whoa, wait a minute. Adam's like, it's final. Get out of my office. I need a drink. Then we have Jackie with Ludwig. I was like, where the hell has this dude been? Where have you been, Ludwig? Jesus. Come on, bruh. Let's get Ludwig back out there. Then, but Ludwig gets cut off here, too, because all of a sudden we hear the pipes flying and this and that. Braun Breaker was sent to attack Jey Uso. Yeah. Then Sammy and Punk went to check on him. So I'm guessing this is going to be a... Like, we're moving towards something, a 3-on-3. Who's the third man for Seth Rollins' crew? It's because we're really bringing Jay and Sammy and Punk all together. To face Seth, Braun, and at some certain point. It's not a Saturday Night Main Event because Jay's already got a match against Logan Paul. But does that mean Jey Uso will pull double duty? We shall see. Finn Balor versus AJ Styles. Hot damn, this was a good match. I really enjoyed it. Back and forth battle. But this man is not done with the Judgment Day, and that is Penta. As he comes out and he beats up Carlito and JD McDonough, distracting Finn Balor enough for AJ Styles to get the win. But, man, this was an awesome, awesome freaking match, man. Finn Balor versus AJ Styles, and AJ Styles got the win. Before we get into the next segment, we have American Made coming out, you know, speaking some trash to the crowd. And Chad is talking about El Grande Americano. He's the greatest. He's my friend. So don't sleep on him. But Chad says, Chad's time's coming soon. Becky Lynch comes out. I will say this. I was not the biggest fan of the match from Backlash. It was a good match. But this Becky, this new fire, this heel Becky, and I love when she says, I am what I am. You want me to be an asshole? I'll be an asshole. You want me to be this? I'll be this. You know, and I'm enjoying every second of it. I'm just like, man, where has this Becky been? I really enjoy it. She cuts a great promo here and just gives me goosebumps on my skin. My skin. Get a Rusev package. I feel like these vignettes are very Miro. You know, I destroy everybody. I'm Rusev. Then we have Adam with Tozawa. Tozawa wants to fight. He wants to take on Rusev. And Natalia's there. Maxine's there. And here comes Sheamus. Sheamus is back. He has a match with, what's his freaking name? Grayson Waller next week, which is funny because Austin Theory told Grayson Waller earlier in the show in their interview, like, hey, you got a match with Sheamus. And then Sheamus says, I want Grayson Waller. And Adam's like, it's official. And Tozawa, you got this, my guy. Yeah. But Sheamus is back, and he's always carrying his shillelagh. Then we go right into the main event. Julia and Roxanne versus Io and Rhea Ripley. This is my match of the night. I enjoyed it, like, full-heartedly. It was just awesome. Back and forth. Io being Io, Rhea being Ripley, Julia and Roxanne working well together. It was a back-and-forth battle that I enjoyed. A main event-worthy match. But Io and Rhea got the win. And my favorite thing about this is Io's holding her hands up, and Rhea's looking at that championship, and Io's like, oh, I see you. But man, what a way to end Monday Night Raw. It was a good night. Next week, they're in Greenville, South Carolina. But this was Raw, May 12th, 2025. Michael and Patton commentary in Louisville, Kentucky at the KFC Center. Match of the night, the main event, Julia, Roxanne versus Io and Rhea. And my moment of the night is the starting of the show with CM Punk and Paul Heyman and Seth and Braun and Sammy and Jay. We are building towards something. And everything else in between was great. Even the Jey Uso moment where he claps back at Gunther, man, and it's like, yeet. You know, 4 letters, 1 word, yeet. That's what I'm going to tell everybody. But that's it, man. I give this a solid 4 out of 5 for Raw, May 12, 2025. Drop your comments below. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Share it with your grandpa. Share it with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
He has always been. He's a fat little snake.